Hi, I hope all of you are fine. So, in this video, we are going to discuss about Britain's sporting tradition because we know cricket was due to the British. They invented the soccer, tennis, golf, and billiards. These are all the games which were initially started by the British, and then they were uh, found all over the world. Soccer, cricket, tennis, golf, these sports were invented in Britain and play a major role in the nation culture today. Whether you are a Rugby United not or can you enjoy a match of Wimbledon, Britain has something for every sports fan, and the timing of sporting event may be something to consider when playing of your team. Think about the world major sport for a minute, and you will realize that many of them were invented in Britain. Number one in the world for popularity is soccer, means football. Not far behind come cricket, tennis, and golf, all of which started out in Britain. Second tier sports like badminton and rugby also originated there. In fact, badminton and rugby are both places in England where these two sports began and which were named after their point of origin. Sports in Britain cricket. First, cricket occasionally referenced in court cases and medieval illustrations show us that it was being played in England well before 1500 with lots of local variation. In the mid 17th, it was popular among the aristocracy who loved to bet on the outcome. Cricket Ground Zero is a place called Lord's in St. John's Wood, London. Thomas Lord built a cricket ground for a group of gentlemen in 1787, which became the home of Maribelon Cricket Club or MCC. Its member wrote out a set of rules that gradually became standard for the rest of the world and was still observed today. The pavilion at Lord burned down in 1824, but its replacement built in the next year still stands and is very much worth a visit. One of the many curious aspects of cricket is that for more than a century, many of the best players did not to be paid. British soccer means football. On the other hand, if you are visiting Britain anytime because between late August and early May, go to the soccer match and remember that in Britain the game is called football. There are about 100 professional teams in a hierarchy of leagues at the top of which is the Premier League. Many of the best players in the world belong to the Premier League's clubs. Manchester United has been the British champion. They record 20 times and has won all other honours in British and European competition at least once and often much more than once. Nicknamed the Red Devils, Manchester United play in red shirts and white shorts. Since 1910, Manchester United have occupied a ground named Old Trafford. In 1989, at an important match in Sheffield between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest, 96 people were crushed to death and more than 750 injured. A government report into this, the Hillbound disaster promoted a requirement that all fans should be seated. The stadium has been extended several times since then and now has capacity of more than 75,000. If you want to attend a game at Old Trafford, you will need to book in advance. Rugby in England. Rugby brought off from football in the early 19th century. We have countless ancient and medieval accounts of games in which long moves of men kicked and threw balls toward goals. Rugby school in the English Midland country of Yorkshire was innovated in the 1820 by permitting the player holding the ball to run with it. Two distinct branches of rugby developed in the late 19th century: rugby league, most popular in the world, working class north, and rugby union, with strong hold further south and higher up the social ladder. Rugby union was strictly immature only until as recently as 1995. Both versions have large loyal following and boisterous crowd every winter weekend. If you would like to see a rugby match, the iconic stadium at Twickenham in West London, Twickenham has the rugby union, but Lord is to cricket. Tennis in England, different again and much more well mannered in all England. Lawn tennis cricket club at Wimbledon, only about 5 miles from Twickenham. Our modern game is officially called lawn tennis, but its inventor Major Walter Wingfield calls it Sapphire Strike. That was in 1873, and it shows that the game was so good on its merit it could even overcome the burden of an almost unpronounceable game. Sapphire Strike is the Greek word of playing with ball. Wimbledon, the club. has been founded in 1868, a few years before major Wingfield invention, which sound surprising, but at first it was dedicated to cricket. The building was still a distinct village west of London rather than the suburbs it is today when the club was first established. The first ladies tournament was held in 1884, though the ladies were offered no concession in the matter of dress and were expected to wear high-necked, long-sleeved and full-length dresses. For the first 30 years, the reigning champion in the men and the women tournament played only once in the final against whoever had battled his or her way through the elimination round. The club moved to its current site at the start of the 1920 building the complex of court that are familiar today, though on a much smaller scale at first. The king and queen opened the new facility in 1922 that year. For the first time, the reigning champion had to start again from the beginning of the campaign. Even if you are not able to attend the championship in July, there were year-round tours of the iconic facility, including a visit to Wimbledon Lawn Tennis Museum, which holds up an parallel collection of tennis memorabilia.